students, welcome back to the NCERT Science class of 10th standard. Dear students, in the previous class we have studied about the reproduction, the meaning of reproduction, and also we have studied the types of reproduction or the modes of reproduction. That is, first one is asexual reproduction and second one is sexual reproduction. In the previous class, in the very last class, that we have studied the types of asexual reproduction that we have studied in the last class. That is, different types are there. The first one is fission. Again it is of two types, binary fission and multiple fission. Then after this one, the fragmentation, regeneration, budding, spore formation, vegetative propagation. We have studied the detail about the different types of vegetative propagation, root vegetative propagation, leaf vegetative reproduction. The next, the stem vegetative reproduction we have studied. Next, dear students, we have also studied the difference between the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. We have studied both the meaning of sexual and asexual reproduction, and also we have studied the difference between the sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Isn't it? See, before that we have studied the detail about the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction, which takes place without mating male and female gametes. Only next, that is the asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction takes place without mating male and female gamete. In the case of asexual reproduction, only a single body is necessary for the production of young ones. Then after this one, in case of asexual reproduction, the body parts are involved. The body parts are directly involved in the reproduction. Then in the case of asexual reproduction, the mitotic cell division is going on. Isn't it? It means the new cells are formed with the same number of chromosomes as that of the parents. Isn't it? How much the chromosomes was, means number of chromosomes was present in the mother cell or the parental cell, that much of same chromosome will be copied in the daughter cell that we have studied in the previous class. Next, dear students, today we are going to study the sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction. Dear students, we have studied the meaning of reproduction, the process of production of young ones which are similar to their parents. That is called as a general definition for the reproduction. In case of asexual reproduction, the process of production of young ones without mating male and female gamete is called as asexual reproduction. Next, for the sexual reproduction, the process of production of young ones by mating male and female gametes is called as the sexual reproduction. The process of production of young ones which are identical to their parents or which are similar to their parents by mating male and female gamete is called sexual reproduction. The process of fusion of male and female gametes, male and female gametes, male and female gametes, male and female gametes, male and female gametes. The process of fusion of male and female gametes. This one is a male, this one is a female. The process of fusion of male and female gamete. The process of formation of a new young one by mating male and female gametes is called as the sexual reproduction. Yes. Next, dear students, in case of sexual reproduction, both parents are necessary by fusion of male and female gametes. by fusion female gametes. Next, in case of sexual reproduction, see what happens here. Both male and female gametes are necessary. Both mother and father cells are necessary. Mother and father cells are necessary, are needed. Yes. Next, in case of sexual reproduction, in the parental body, the mitotic cell division is going on. Meiotic cell division is going on. Meiotic cell division. Meiotic cell division is going on. Meiotic cell division is going on. In case of sexual reproduction, meiotic cell division is going on. But in case of asexual reproduction, mitotic cell division is going on. Mitotic cell division is going on. Suppose for example 46, that will give 46 number of chromosome carrying cell. Yes, a cell undergoes cell division for the same number of chromosomes, that is called as a mitotic cell division. Next, meiotic cell division means a haploid number of chromosomes are produced. See what happens? 46 to the 23. 23. Isn't it? It means, see, this one is called as the, from 46 that will give 23. This type of reproduction is called as the sexual. This type of the cell division is called as the meiotic cell division. If the same number of chromosomes are produced from each cell, that is called as the mitotic cell division. Meiotic, that is mitotic. Isn't it? In case of asexual reproduction, mitotic cell division is going on. In case of sexual reproduction, in case of asexual reproduction, mitotic cell division is going on. In case of sexual reproduction, meiotic cell division is going on. Meiotic means reductional cell division, half cell division is going on. See what happens here? Two haploid cells fuse. Haploid. This one is a diploid, double diploid. This one is a haploid. Here what happens? Two haploid cells fuse. Haploid cells fuse and forms a diploid cell. A diploid cell. Two haploid cells fuse and forms a diploid cell. See what happens? Two haploid half set of chromosome fuse and forms a diploid cell. Yes, in case of sexual reproduction, a diploid cell is formed. That is called as the zygote. See what happens, dear students? In case of sexual reproduction, both parents are necessary. First of all, I will tell you, the sexual reproduction takes place by fusion of male and female gametes. Next, in case of sexual reproduction, both mother and father cells are necessary. With the help of a single cell, it is highly impossible to produce by the sexual reproduction. No, for a sexual reproduction, it needs both mother and father cells. Yes, that's why the fusion of male and female gamete takes place. Then after this one, in case of sexual reproduction, meiotic cell division is going on. Meiotic means reducing half of that parent cell or parental chromosome, that is 46, that will reduce to the 23 number of chromosomes, that will reduce. See what happens here? Meiotic cell division is going on in case of sexual reproduction. The next, meiotic, in case of meiotic cell, haploid cells are produced. Haploid cells are produced with half set of, haploid means half set of chromosomes of that of the double set. See, haploid set of chromosomes are produced. These haploid cells, that is mother haploid cell, father haploid cell, they will fuse and form a diploid cell, that is called as the zygote. Two haploid cell fuses and form a diploid cell, that is called as the zygote. Isn't it? Next, dear students, here in case of the formation of zygote, it takes place by a process called as the fertilization. The fusion of male gamete or the male sex cell, the fusion of male sex cell with female sex cell by forming a zygote is called as the fertilization. The process of fusion of male gamete with female gamete by forming the zygote. By forming the zygote is called as the fertilization. Is called as the fertilization. Fertilization. The process of fusion of male and female gamete and forms the zygote, that process is called as the fertilization. That fertilized egg zygote that will undergo the different differentiation in the body or in the cells. What happens? It will undergo, it forms an embryo. Embryo turns to an individual. Yes, or a baby or an animal. Yes, that we have studied. Now, dear students, come to that is the sexual reproduction in plant. The sexual reproduction, we will study the sexual reproduction in plants. See, in case of plants, the sexual reproduction is going on in the flowers. The sexual reproduction is going on in the flowers. That's why the flower is there. That's why the flower is the reproductive part of plant. See what happens, dear students? In case of plant, the sexual reproduction is going on in the flower. Sexual reproduction is going on in the flower. That's why we are calling the flower as the reproductive part. In the flower, after fusion of male and female gamete, in the flower, fusion of male and female gamete is going on. After fusion of male and female gametes, it forms the seed. Seed is a reproductive product. Seeds are the reproductive product. Flower is the reproductive part. Flower is the reproductive part. Seed is the reproductive product. Isn't it? Dear students, here we will study the flower. The reproductive part of plant, that is what as the flower, we will study here. The flower is the reproductive part of the plant. And one more thing, in case of plant, reproduction in plants, sexual reproduction in plants. Sexual reproduction in plants. It is going on by the flowers. Flower. Again, dear students, case of plants, there are two types of flowers are there. In each flower, there are two types of flowers are there in case of plants for the sexual reproduction. In each flower only, both the sexes are present. Male and female gametes are produced, or the gonads are present to produce the gametes. In case of some flowers, both male and female gonads or sex cells are produced in a same flower. In case of some flowers are there, they will produce a single gamete, either male or female. Some flowers are there, they contain either male gamete or female gamete. Such flowers are called as the unisexual flowers. The flowers which contains both the sexes are called as the bisexual flower. Isn't it? See, I will draw the structure of flower. The flower is a reproductive part of plant. Flower is a reproductive part of plant which is having a colorful part that is called as the colorful part. Simply I draw the diagram of flower. Simply I draw a diagram of flower. Flower is a reproductive part of plant. Then see, flower is a reproductive part of plant which contains both male and female gametes. See, the male gametes are called as the stamen. Flower contains male gametes, male gonads, male reproductive part. Instead of gonads, write the male reproductive part. It's called as the androecium or stamen. In case of flower, that is called as the stamen. The stamen contains anther and the second one is filaments. The female reproductive system contains reproductive part is called as the female reproductive part. Androecium or gynecium also we can say. Gynecium is the male reproductive part. Stamen. Here one term that in case of male reproductive part is called as the stamen. The female reproductive part is called as the female reproductive part, that is called as the carpels. That is the carpels. Carpels. The carpel contains, the first one is stigma. The second one is style. Third one is ovary. Inside the ovary, ovules are present. Ovules are present. I will point out all these parts. See here. That is, this one is the anther. And this one is the filaments. And here, this one is the stigma. This is the style. Yes, these are the petals. And that is green part, that is called as the sepals. Petals, sepals. The next, these are called as the ovules. Isn't it? And these anthers, this anther produces the yellow color, the crystals like structures, yellow color crystals like structures. Yellow color crystal like structures are these, the crystal like yellow color crystal like structures are called as the pollen grains. Yellow color structures. Pollen grains. These are the parts of the reproductive part of the plant, that is flower. Parts of flower. In examination, you may ask to draw the diagram of the reproductive part of plant. You have to draw the diagram. See what happens. The flower is the reproductive part of plant. Flower is the reproductive part of plant which contains male reproductive system and female reproductive system. Both are present in a same flower. Male reproductive part, that is anther. This bulb-like structure, that is called as the anther, and whatever the stalk is present, that stalk is called as the filaments. The bulge on the filament is called as the anther. That is this one is called as the male reproductive system. Anther and filament combine together to form the stamen. That is the male reproductive part of the flower. Male reproductive part, that is anther and filament, that is called as the stamen. Both together called as the stamen. Next, female reproductive part, that is this part is called as the cup-shaped structure, called as the, that is stigma. Cup-shaped structure, stigma. This one is the style, and that bulge structure, that is called as the ovary. This is a female reproductive part. female reproductive part. This part is called as the female reproductive part. Stigma, style and ovary. That part is called as the female reproductive part. Anther and filament is called as the male reproductive part. Both see here, dear students, both male and female reproductive parts are present in the same flower. Both male and female reproductive parts are present in a same flower. That's why we can say that the flower is a bisexual. Bisexual. Bi means two. Both the sexes are present in a same flower. Two sexes are present. Two reproductive parts are present. Both male and female parts are present. That's why we can say that as a bisexual flowers. Yes. Next, dear students, some flowers are there. They contain either male reproductive part or female reproductive. Some flowers they contain only male and some flowers they contain only female. Such flowers are called as the unisexual flowers. The flowers which contains either male or female reproductive parts, such flowers are called as the unisexual flowers. We have classified the flowers into two types. The first one is unisexual flowers. Unisexual flowers. The second one is bisexual flowers. Bisexual flowers. Bisexual flowers means they contain both male and female. Male and female parts here, either male or female. That is called as the unisexual flowers. The flowers which contains either male or female reproductive parts, such flowers are called as the unisexual flowers. The flowers which contains both male and female gametes, such flowers are called as the bisexual flowers. The example for the bisexual flower is that is the hibiscus flower. Yes, hibiscus and rose, you can say. Then next, for unisexual flower, papaya, cucumber. Papaya and cucumber. Papaya, the flowers of the papaya they contains only one sex, either male or female. Isn't it? That is, papaya and cucumber are the unisexual flowers. And next, that is hibiscus is a bisexual flower. We are having a hibiscus flower. We are drawn the structure of hibiscus flower that contains both the sexes. Yes. Next, dear students, in case of the parts of flower, there are two parts are there. See, one is accessory part, the second one is essential part. Or first one is essential part, the second one is accessory part. See, essential parts are those parts of the flower which are involved in the sexual reproduction. See, male reproductive part, female reproductive part. These are the essential part which are involved in the reproduction. But petals and sepals, that will not involve petals and green color, leaves, colorful parts, red color or the different colors petals and green color, these sepals, that will not involve in the reproduction. That's why they are called as the accessory parts. Accessory parts, the parts of the flower which are involved in the reproduction, such parts of the flower are called as the essential parts. For example, the stamen and carpel. The stamen and carpel, stamen means male reproductive part, carpel means female reproductive part. Both they are involved in the reproduction. That's why that is called as the essential part. Then next, the petals and sepals, that will not be involved in the reproduction. That's why they will be with the essential parts with male and female reproductive part, but that will not involve in the reproduction. Such parts of the flowers are called as the accessory parts. Accessory parts of the flower. Isn't it? Next, dear students, in the next class we will study the different types, the process of reproduction in the flower we will study, and in the plants we will study detail in the next class. Thank you. We'll study in the next class the remaining procedure of reproduction in the next class.